So this problem is asking you to graph the solution set of a system of inequalities. So the first inequality you have is y is greater than negative 3x minus 9. So let's just start with that one and see if we can graph that inequality. Make sure to label your x and y axes whenever you draw a graph. So the first thing I do is write this as an equation of a line, and this is the divider between the set of points that make this inequality true and the points that make it false. So this is the divider. So I write it out as an equation of a line, and then this one looks easiest to me to draw by using the intercept method, where we said let x equal 0 and then see what y equals. Y equals negative 9. So the point 0, negative 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. The point 0, negative 9 is a point on this graph. And then when y is 0, let's see what x equals. 9 equals negative 3x. So x equals negative 3. So negative 3, whoops, 1, 2, 3, negative 3, 0 is also a point on this line. Or you could graph it as the y-intercept of negative 9 and a slope of negative 3, which would be down 3 over 1. Either way, you're going to get the same line. And I'm going to put some additional points so I make it nice and straight. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. 1, 2, 3. Up, 1, 2, 3. Here. Not that one. And 1, 1, 2. I can see that my axes are crooked. That's the problem. So you make a nice graph. I'm going to make this crookedy graph, but this is the line. Y equals negative 3x minus 9. So it should have a slope of negative 3 and a y-intercept of negative 9. Now, this is called a strict inequality. So in fact, we need to make this line dashed. So one way to do that is to erase little pieces of it, or you can draw it dashed. I usually take my straight edge and use it to draw the dashed line. So this line is this line right here, and now we need to figure out which side of it to shade. So we want the y values that are bigger than the points on this line. So that tells me I want the y values that are above the line. Another way to do it is to test the point 0, 0. So you put 0 in for y, and you're asking the question, is that bigger than negative 3 times 0 minus 9? So you're asking the question, is 0 bigger than negative 9? And that's true. So you know you need to shade the side where 0, 0 is, because that's on the true side. So one side is true and one side is false. If you want to double check this, you could check the point, say negative 5, negative 2, and that should be false. So if we put negative 2 for y, we're saying, is that bigger than negative 3 times negative 5 minus 9? And we're asking this as a question. So is negative 2 bigger than 15 minus 9? Negative 2 is not bigger than 6, so we don't want to shade this side of the line. So let me get that x out of there. Okay, so now I'm going to change colors, if I can figure out how to do it. Okay, so I'm going to change colors and look at the other inequality in your system. So the other inequality is y is less than negative x plus 1. So again, we're going to look at the line y equals negative x plus 1 and draw that line. So this has a y-intercept of 1. So here's the y-intercept of 1 and a slope of -1. And again, we have the strict inequality. So that means we need the dashed line to divide between true and false because the points on the line don't make the inequality true, so they're not included in the solution set. Okay, then again, we can either use the point 0, 0 as a test point. So we could say, is 0 smaller than 1? And that's true. So you want to shade the side of the green line where 0, 0 is. The other way you could do it is to say, I want the y values that are less than means below on the y-axis. I want the y values that are less than negative x plus 1, so the y values that are below the line. So now you see that you have a region that is colored both green and blue. So let me actually color it a different color so you can see it better. So I'm going to color it red. So this side of the blue line and this side of the green line, all this is colored blue and green. So that's the solution set to the system of inequalities. So let me know if you still have questions after watching this.